Hi, welcome to Fight Me. My name is Jamie Bader. I'll be your host. And today on the episode, we are talking about resistance to change, how it affects our relationship, and how it affects Chad's health. So thank you so much for coming. We're glad to have you. Let's go. Welcome to Fight Me.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Are you? Is it good to be here?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
No, it's good to be here.
It is. It's good
always
to
a joy.
have you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, but today is an extra fun one because it's not like, okay, what are we fighting about? But it's what we have been fighting about. It's what I've been fighting for.
Okay.
And
So where does the fun part come in then?
I'm afraid this episode it might not be so fun for you. No,
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
This is going to be a great episode. Okay, this is an overarching theme in our marriage. So
Oh, wow.
no, I'm just saying this because I like to fight for your health, our health.
Okay.
I do
don't
believe
like that.
I do believe you like to too. However, there's one specific area that you're resistant to. So the topic for today,
I know where this is going.
the topic for today is what is Chad resisting? But no, it's rather resistance to change. Okay.
Resistance to change.
Okay. And specifically,
Sure.
we're going to get specific about a health concern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Okay. I'm trying to
Prime it.
prime it for the listeners,
Sure.
folks. Okay. So basically, Chad, okay, this has been a long story for us, but I'm often fighting for your health, which means I often get on you about your cholesterol, checking your cholesterol.
Sure. Family history.
Yep. Let's start off there. Family history.
High blood pressure, high cholesterol.
Yep. So totally
Sure.
clogged in some places for sure.
Sure.
We haven't you haven't had any major studies because you haven't had any major
major issues.
However,
we are aware of the family history.
We're aware.
I think it manifested itself looking back. It had to be. It was definitely. I think it was right at the pre-pandemic period.
Yeah. 2019
or so, 20. But then really kicked off 2020. I think it was 2019. So
when you first checked it,
this will sound ridiculous, but I mean, I think the thing was that I was the heaviest I've ever been.
Okay,
but
sure.
Which for me, it's I have a high metabolism by nature.
He's a long distance runner.
Long distance runner.
Wait! I want to brag. I want to brag.
No, I haven't been. I was a long distance runner. I've recently gotten back into doing that.
Okay, well, wait. Let me brag. 5-time All-American. I just want to say that out loud because he never lets me say it. Now it's all out there for everyone to hear. Anyway, Go ahead.
It was more the times than that, but that's okay.
Oh, how many?
8 times.
What?
Yeah.
You totally did not tell me about 3 of those times specifically?
No, I've told you about every time. So anyway, so all that to say.
8 times, guys.
So, anyways, pre-pandemic, I was the heaviest I've ever been.
Sure.
I wasn't eating healthy. I was drinking lots of soda, and just didn't leave a really active lifestyle, even though I wasn't.
Well, sure, it was pandemic-ish time, so that was rough.
Right before. It was
right before.
So, Jamie was very insistent. This is a family issue. This is a family problem. And I was very resistant to getting things checked. And because I felt even though I was probably I was at my heaviest I'd ever been, I didn't think that there was still anything to be concerned about.
Sure.
Which looking physically would be it's probably nothing.
Yeah,
major.
well, and that's why they say the heart disease is a silent killer.
Silent killer,
yeah,
right?
because you don't know what's happening until you're
But
bam.
sure enough, I went to a doctor, got a normal physical done, and he ordered labs to be done.
Thankfully,
and he checked out my blood pressure in his office, high blood pressure, and labs came back, and I had high cholesterol.
Yikes! So my worst fear was realized.
Intuition was correct.
I love my intuition. It
So,
often
it often steers you wrong, but in this case, it was correct. So
Okay.
yes, it was correct in this matter.
Yeah.
And ever since then, so at that point during the pandemic, then the pandemic hit, and we did this like at home, and we were
Right.
eating super healthy.
Oh yeah, we did home like
Yeah,
we did our own
we did workouts at our
workouts and everything.
house, and it was like
Yep.
a regular routine. And went back to the doctor probably about 6 months later, and sure enough, just through diet, didn't have to take pills or anything like that. My cholesterol dropped, blood pressure was back down,
Bottomed out.
and my weight was back down,
Yep.
to like where it normally was.
Yeah, you were fit.
But I'd cut out like sodas and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and lots of other snacky foods that I really, really enjoy.
Yes.
So which would get us to the crux of the problem now, which is
What?
I really, really have a sweet tooth and a salty tooth. There's I just like snacks.
He loves snacks.
I love ice
snacks
cream.
too. Okay.
I love chocolate chip cookies. I love chips.
Yep.
And so, I mean, I do enjoy soda,
Okay.
although not as much as I used to.
True.
So, but it's just a battle for me.
Yeah.
And even though I still maintain a very physical lifestyle, there are times when my diet like ebbs and flows. And this year in particularly,
9 months in.
we're now going into October.
Oh,
yeah,
10
we're in
months in.
October. We're in October now. So now we're 10 months.
Yeah.
And I just feel
months.
like I was laughing as we were talking about a little bit about this before, in that I was like, I never really got on track this year. I just felt like, she was like, well, when did it go wrong? And I was like, I just felt like ever since the holidays, which 10 months ago, we're now way closer to the holidays again. I just felt like I never really got back on track. And in our defense, whenever we go back to the United States,
Yep.
and we usually do that trip during the summer,
Yeah.
and it's like a month, and like there's times I just like I'm going to eat whatever is put in front of me. There are
for sure.
things that I've been craving that I don't get to enjoy throughout the year. As a Rochesterian,
Yep.
I definitely want my garbage plate.
Yes. Of
It's
course.
going to happen.
Yeah.
We go back to Rochester, New York. So there are just things, but I never really gotten a good pattern this year of getting on a good meal plan, eating lots of vegetables, and just avoiding the unhealthy food.
Sure.
So she's been begging me to go get my cholesterol checked once again, and at first it was she asked me right before we left for the summer.
Yeah. So this
And
was
I was like, well, that doesn't
June.
make any sense because I'm just gonna, no matter what, it's gonna be high because I'm gonna go back for the summer. Then we got back from the summer, and as soon as we landed back, she said, you need to go get checked. And I said, well, it needs time to, back to the median, right? Back
He wanted to reset. I'm
I
like,
wanna
you don't reset that.
Like it's going to get back to the average of where it should be, because I just had indulged myself over the last month. So I finally went a week and a half ago.
Yes, a week and a half ago. I was very proud.
And I got it checked, and bada bing, bada boom,
Moderately high.
moderately high.
So,
But my blood pressure is normal.
okay, but yeah, let's just say that's, I guess, 50% of the equation.
Sure.
So what we did learn about this is exercise alone did not affect your cholesterol.
Sure.
So what that means now is that we have to be committed to a healthier diet.
I'm glad that you said we in there, because oftentimes I feel like my commitment level is often high, and then I'll come home and it'll be like a bag of cookies, and it'll be like, I know that you love these cookies. And I'm like,
I know, secretly.
I thought I was trying to get back on this meal plan and stuff.
So I will admit I am like a snack. Like when it comes to snacks, although
I'm really confused
wait.
about if she wants me healthy or she wants me unhealthy.
No, I want you healthy. But so what we did, we just recently started doing like movie night with the kids where we're like, okay, let's go to the store, pick out whatever snack you want, and then we're gonna go watch a movie. Well, we because we went as a family, probably went overboard
Yeah, we
on
definitely
that.
went overboard.
We went overboard. And
We'll have
that's
to reel it back in for the next one.
we're gonna reel it back
That's right.
in.
Now I'll probably get stuck with like veggie sticks or something
Yes, you
like
will.
that.
Yes, you
I'll
will.
do ants on a log for my
Okay. Well, there's other options than that. But here's the thing is we did find out that like diet has to be on track in order for your cholesterol to lower. And above all, this is like, I think I'm most concerned about, like, because it's this silent killer and that things happen and we won't necessarily feel that it's happening until it's too late. And out of love, I was like, Chad, I really want you to get this fixed because, like, first of all, I don't want to have to experience what that's like to have you experience a heart attack or like something happens. And we're trying to avoid taking a pill, right? At this point.
Sure.
And like, that's the point is we want like a healthy diet. We want to be able to exercise and have normal levels of cholesterol and our blood pressure is good. So like we can say that's a win for sure. But like, let's talk about the resistance, right? Because let's go back to about June-ish when I was like, babe, okay, we should really check out our like you should check out, and I say we as in maybe we as in I'll drive you. I'll literally drive you. And it's really easy to check your bloods here. Like you walk up to a laboratory and someone's there with a needle ready. Like they're just legit ready. You sign off.
Very convenient.
Very convenient. Super helpful. It's a plus about the health system here in Guatemala. No. And so like the whole idea was to get a baseline because like if we can't see it, we can't fix it. I think I've said that maybe multiple times in this podcast in general. And that like if we can't see the value, we can't fix it high or low. Like if it's low, I'm like, hey, let's go, let's go get some snacks. If it's high, we should definitely avoid certain foods and try to get back on track. And I know mentally it's a huge help for me to eat healthy and like, I think it just helps with energy. Yeah. It helps with my mind and clarity. And
definitely something that helped us.
Yeah. So tell me, why was there so much resistance in the June area? Like the time around June before we went back to the States that you were like, no, like I'm not going to check it now. Like, what were you thinking?
Well, we were just about to take off to the U.S. and I knew I would be eating unhealthy. I mean, our kids like favorite thing now to get as soon as I get back is the cheap like sugar cookies.
Oh, they love those
from like the grocery store or Walmart. Those things, but
they
like
are not. There's
1 inch worth of frosting on top.
There's nothing
and of course
natural
I'm
about
going to
that.
take a couple, and I'm just a cookie person. So
yeah.
So those are always around. Then there's like other things that we do like. Plus our son loves Chick-fil-A, so that gets in that. There's always going to be a couple Chick-fil-A trips.
Sure.
Then there are just things that, and then also we're just usually seeing friends. And I don't want to be thinking like, oh, I need to keep this in mind and keep this in mind. So I already knew going, no matter what the results were going to be, that regardless in like a week or two, it was going to go off the rails when I was in the States.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, well, why am I going to spend money right now for someone to tell me my cholesterol is high when in 2 weeks I know it's going to be high?
Yes.
Because we're going to be in the States.
Yeah. And then I was also thinking like, oh, he knows that's what came up in my mind was he already knows it's high. And in fact, my own mind, I was like, oh, it's definitely high. It's definitely high. How high? I don't know. And so I was thinking to myself, he knows it's high. That's why he doesn't want to get it checked. And then he's just going to go off the rails while we're in the States. And then in my mind, I was like, honestly, the whole time we were there, I just kept thinking like, how bad is it? How high is it getting now? Like after each meal, I just kept thinking, is it getting higher? Like there was a little bit of fear built in for me because I knew that this was unchecked. I knew that I know it's a family history for you. And I also know the risk that it puts for like our family and also just you potentially having, some type of incident around that. And, we don't know. We don't know what that would look like. And so there's a lot of like, okay, I just want to know the number because I want to know how we can help. And we want Chad to be around with us long term. I know like you got a ministry, you got all these things that like people depend on. And it's just like, we love you so dearly. So like, that's where the sentiment came from. So it's like the nagging for me felt appropriate.
Sure.
It was almost like I could see someone in slow motion, like walking in front of a bus and this bus is coming at like 2 miles an hour. Granted, in real life, you would probably not get hurt, but like this bus is coming. This bus is coming.
Analogy.
No, it's not. Okay, it works for me. Anyway, I am there running to try and push you out away from the bus. I don't want you to get hit. I know it's going to happen. It's coming. It's coming slowly maybe, but I want you to be free from any of that pain or suffering or whatever that is. So, okay, resistance to change. Tell me.
I won't make any dark jokes or anything.
We don't need any of that, like any dark jokes, because legit, we want you here for a long time. So talk to me about now moving forward. What are you committed to?
What am I committed to?
Yes, I want to know.
Well, I mean, so it did go back a week and a half. And then there was a group of gentlemen that arrived. And so that was... I know that I don't always eat the healthiest.
Okay, say it louder.
Nothing. I'm not going to say it louder. So there are times when we have teams or groups that come down from the States that work with us for like a week at a time, and they don't come often, but we get about 8 to 9 a year at this point. And during those weeks that they're here, I don't always tend to always stay on a meal plan or eat extremely healthy during those periods either. That being said, right after I'd got the test, sure enough, a group of guys had come down. And so they just left though this past weekend, and now I am committed to eating healthy.
And you know what
my thing is too, I have noticed this is it's easier for me to like keep routine. Mm-hmm. And so if the meal plan and stuff is routine and scheduled, then it's easier for me to continue doing those things, which is what we found in the beginning.
Yes. And so let me just tell you this. Chad is like the family cook. He does the majority of the meals. When he is gone, I substitute and I do my own thing. And why are you laughing?
Uber Eats.
No, I do not Uber Eat. I don't. We only had one incident where we had to go through like a drive-through, and that was a very valid reason.
She's a great cook.
I am not a bad cook. Okay, I'll just say it's not like my favorite thing to do.
You're good at baking.
I actually love baking, and this is probably not very helpful for you because I'll bake cookies, I'll bake pie, I'll bake cakes. I'm like excellent at the baking, because to me that's science. Cooking is that's like an art. So Chad handles a lot of cooking. So like, not only is he committed to eating it, but he's committed to cooking it. And we are committed as a family to supporting him in that.
And sometimes some of that meal stuff is actually a little bit easier as well, because then it's like, it's prepped.
It is. Yeah. It's prepped.
There's a lot of prepping with it.
Sure. And vegetables and fruit here in Guatemala
are cheap.
Very cheap, very easy to get, very inexpensive. So that adds to it. And that's like a helpful
but yes, but all that to say, I am resistant to change in this area. And even though I know it's for the betterment of my health, I still get very resistant to it because no one likes to be told no, I guess. And there are things that are definitely not healthy for me to eat, but I still like crave them. And in the first few weeks, it's usually quite a bit easier.
Yeah.
Quite a bit harder. And then once you get a couple weeks into eating healthier, then it's
routine.
I've noticed it's more routine. It's easier. It's not easy, but it's easier.
But also I feel like your taste buds change a bit.
They do.
Like you actually, I don't know, I crave like the healthier foods at that point because you just feel better.
And then you just get tired of eating the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's it. We're kind of like, I will say I could probably eat the same meal like once a day for quite a long time, but we've done it. We've gotten to the point where for ease and, I don't know, so we're not constantly cooking like every single meal that we will like, bulk cook and then have it prepared. And then it's of course a lot of the same meals. It's not very like fun and exciting necessarily, but like there are definite payoffs and benefits. So
and our kids hate it.
I know our kids really do because we take away their snacks.
And they always call it a diet, but it's not a diet. It's just a meal plan.
It's a meal plan. Let's just get really clear with that. Somewhat of a diet. So, okay. Yeah. So all this is about resistance to change, but like, honestly, for the listener, one of the things that I know, we wanted you to take away from was like, what is it that you've been avoiding lately when it comes to resistance?
Yeah.
And, like, is it getting a medical check that you haven't gotten? Is it, looking really closely at your finances? Is it, like some friends or something like your community that's bringing you down, or not, you're not getting results you want at work, or like, what are you resisting? Sure. What is it that you're avoiding doing that could potentially change that? And so, just helping maybe you to notice, or our listeners to notice, what is it that we've been avoiding, or what are you avoiding?
Yeah. And I think oftentimes, as we get stuck in like these ruts or these patterns and these habits, and they're good habits and there's bad habits. And sometimes it's really, really difficult to get out of those routines and get out of those things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you have like any recommendations for people that you feel are just, besides just evaluating, I think that's a great question to like leave the listener with and leave our listeners with. But what do you think would be some like tangible things maybe that people can do to help get out of those like bad patterns or bad habits?
Yeah. So I think, well, first of all, the first thing is noticing that you're in that, right? And then second of all, is it actually giving you, like, whatever pattern you're starting to realize is happening, is it getting you the results you want? Some of the patterns we do give us good results, like going to the gym every day. You're going to get results. There is something about that discomfort that actually strengthens us. Sure. And so, like, first of all, is it giving you the results you want? If it's not, then it's time to stop and reevaluate and say, okay, so what needs to change? Because then you're leading yourself into this default. So like, if you're not getting the results you want, you've been in this default mode, and this creates a pattern. Sure. You're going to get the same results because you're doing the same thing. It's like this loop that just continues. And all right, if you could stop that, if you could pivot, even if you pivot like 10%, you're going to get a different result. Yeah. It's a little bit of a result, but you're still going to get a different result. So noticing what it is it giving you value or adding value, getting the results that you want from it? If it's not, then pivot, change something, literally pick one or two things to change differently in that scenario, whether it's request of others, whether it's just, if you're noticing like there's some type of, how do you want to say, if you're getting like feedback that's negative, also like take that into consideration, that maybe something needs to change in that space, and just implement it, like do it and experiment with it to see the results that could happen with like a new action step or something new. Sure.
I think another thing too to at least acknowledge for our listeners is sometimes like these bad habits and these bad patterns that we get kind of stuck in, like you said, like it's a loop and cyclical. Often it's like a coping mechanism.
Sure.
It can be. It's not always is, but it sometimes can be used as, it often is like a coping mechanism. Yeah. So I would just encourage like the listener to kind of like investigate maybe like what's behind the habit. Why do I do that thing? Or what is it? Yeah.
Usually there is a belief that's driving it.
If you can get behind that, then it's way easier to get out of that pattern.
Yeah, and that's a lot of the work that I do with my clients in coaching work, is like usually around these patterns, there's a lot of beliefs underneath. And those beliefs drive our actions. Yeah. And they create this experience for us. And sometimes this experience is not giving us results. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the belief, we'll acknowledge it, we'll see it, and we'll reframe it. So it's a more resourceful belief for them. And that new belief that they can just like rewire with this new belief, this will give them different results. And it's something that we work a lot around in coaching, and it's been really beneficial for the clients that I've seen and the people we've worked with and trained in the leadership space. And so, definitely hitting like the core to those patterns that's happening in your life. There's definitely a belief under there that could be reframed for sure. Cool. So awesome. Okay. Well, here, like, let's move on to a little bit of a fun angle to this. I always love these.
I'll ask you.
Okay. Wait, these are would you rathers. We just love them because I don't know. It always sparks a lot of thought for me, but go ahead.
Okay. So would you rather be forced to move to a new city every year or stay in the same town for your entire life?
Forced to move to a new city every year.
Oh, I knew that was
every year. Oh no, I was actually asking the question just to clarify every year.
Yeah, every year.
Oh, okay. So, absolutely every
Yes.
year I would go to see, I love new. So new experiences, new things,
knew that
new
about
taste.
you.
Yeah. You know that about me. Okay. Our listeners do not. So like that I like. So definitely
That answer
every
is-
year.
That's what.
No, that's not hard for me. What about you?
Unfortunately, I probably would say I'd stay in the same town for my entire
Okay.
life.
And that's where we have
And,
conflict.
okay, and that's where we have
That's okay,
conflict.
though. That's
So, yeah. All right. So, here's a good one for you. Would you rather never be able to change your hair and clothes again, or be forced to have a completely new style every month?
Okay. Every month it would be new style or what?
Or never able to change your hair and clothes again?
That sounds way so extreme. Okay, wait. Hair and clothes. Okay, so also some people that know me, like I've had almost every hair color.
Yeah, I think that's one of our ongoing jokes. So we
Is
do
it?
we have like a magnet that we send out, and
Yes.
every single magnet that someone's received, Jamie has got a different hairstyle, different hair color.
It's because
So,
the
yeah.
styles change, babe.
It does.
It does.
But would you
Okay.
be willing to do that? A completely new style every month. So maybe 1 month you're a punk rocker.
Oh, okay.
the
No,
next
don't
one,
add
like,
to
you're
it.
Emo,
No,
like you could be
Don't.
goth. You could do.
that's not what it's referring
business.
to.
You could do business.
Yeah, business exec,
Yeah.
C-suite style.
Yeah.
No, okay. So because I do like new,
Yep.
I actually think I would enjoy like the new every month.
Okay.
However, I feel like as I've gotten a little older, my birthday's coming up and hitting another year. I do like.
But we can't celebrate this year because I'm on my diet. So
I know
sweets are
there's
out.
no cake, nothing.
No cake,
Anyway,
nothing.
either way, that being said, I do like routine and I do like doing similar things, but I like new. So I'm going to choose the once every month.
Okay. You
Change it
know
up.
what I would pick.
I do.
I don't think I've had a different haircut than probably my freshman year of college. So
I love it.
that's right. Same hair, same clothes. That's for sure. And then we'll finish up with this one. Would you rather be forced to constantly learn new technologies for your job, or have your career become completely obsolete?
Oh, easy for me because I'm living one currently. I'm literally living one of those. Learning a new technology, was it like every day?
No.
Yeah.
Every month.
Oh, every month, a new technology.
Yeah.
100%.
Or constantly learn new technology.
Constantly. Yes, sorry. So the constant new technology, 100% because I'm living it.
Yeah.
I am entering spaces that I had never been before, especially when it comes to technologies.
I feel like that's a really applicable question. I think there's a lot of things that are
Yeah.
like going that way.
But like job being
So I know that was our
obsolete.
last one, but the one that I saw in here that was super funny that we definitely probably don't want to answer is: would you rather be married to the same person your entire life, or have a new partner every decade?
Well, thank you for coming today on the show.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I already know what I would choose.
Okay. New partner.
Whatever.
No.
All right.
I thought that was a funny one. And
Yeah, no, it is kind of a funny one. So thank you for coming.
it's great to be here.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that we got a chance to talk about this. And I'm also super glad that you got your levels checked. And I'm not so glad that they're high, but I know we're committed to getting them to a safe space. And that being said, for our listeners, thank you so much for listening. We love being able to share this space with you. And so
Look
if
to
this,
change.
yeah. And what was that again?
Look to change.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you avoiding doing? What is it that you want to change? What is something you committed to change? And if this podcast resonated with you, we'd love for you to, subscribe, to comment, to share. This is a way to help us build in this space. And so if this is something that you enjoyed, if you enjoyed us, if you enjoyed what we talked about, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time on Fight Me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for listening today. If this podcast resonated with you, if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed what we talked about, please consider supporting us by liking, subscribing, and or commenting. It's a no-cost way to support us in this space. Thank you again, and until next time.